Hi, apparently I've got a little bit of a weird slow internet here today, and I do apologise. I'm actually doing the Facebook Live in landscape view from my phone, so I'm hoping that it'll come out okay on your end rather than being straight up and down. And I keep looking over here because that's where the camera should be, but the camera is over here. So I'm just going to make sure before we get started with today's biggest secret on what is the best social media platform to use if you're really not into social media. I'm just going to make sure that the live feed is actually coming through now. Okay, it is. That's awesome. So there's two reasons why I've got it this way, is because I'm not going to spend all day talking to you face to face today. I'm actually going to share my screen with you. I'm really excited about what Facebook Live has to offer. They're introducing the live feed from the actual PC or Mac device very soon, so I've got my fingers crossed for when that will happen, because it'll make it so much easier. So let's get started, shall we? So today I said to you, well, last night I had a Facebook Live strategy. If you missed out on that, you can go to socialmediaspecialist.com.au and put your details into the little chat box below on the website, and you'll get last night's episode 1. So this is episode 2, and today I'm going to talk to you about what platform I believe is the most powerfulest, is one of the most powerful. They're all powerful for their own demographic. However, if you don't have a lot of time, if you don't have a lot of energy to put into social media land, then this is the platform that you really should spend some time on, and you only have to do it once with limited updates. Now, for those of you that may be wondering what that is, I'll share that secret with you. Now, I'm just going to go over to my screen. You can keep adding your comments below here and I can answer them for you, and if you're missed out on the live, like I said, and you want to get them into your inbox, you can actually go to socialmediaspecialist.com.au and get the episode straight into your inbox. Can't actually see who's with me now. Somebody jumped on there live. Oh well, that's okay. So let's just turn this around so that you can see my screen. So this is really exciting for me for two reasons. I'll just move that over for you. As of next week, I'll be launching my ebook called Dressed for Success. It's not actually an ebook, it's a book. So I'll be launching that next week, and for those of you that are interested, it'll go for a promotional period of 48 hours for 99 cents. And included in that ebook or that book, you will get a webinar. You'll also get my wonderful interview with this lady, and I'll just put this in front of you right now. I'll be doing an interview with this wonderful lady on Monday morning, so you'll get a copy of the interview from her. Sue Ellison is actually a social media specialist in LinkedIn, so I'll be chatting with her on Monday morning and you'll get that as well. But today we're going to talk about LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is probably the most underrated social media platform. It has the most power really for networking, and we all know how important it is to build a referral network or a networking platform. Hi Lucy, I've just seen Lucy join us here, so welcome Lucy. So let's just have a look. As I said, this is something different. I'm not doing a Facebook Live with me in front of the camera. I'm actually going to share my screen with you. And this is part of a webinar, but what I want to share with you most is that LinkedIn is really powerful if you're looking to grow your network. If you're interested in growing that network online and offline. If you're not particularly interested in Facebook or any of the other social media platforms because maybe you just don't understand how they work, maybe you really would like to concentrate on generating some more leads and sales, and you want to be found on the front page of Google, then LinkedIn is the place for you. So I'm not going to spend too much time talking about myself. You can definitely Google me and find out all the information, but I started using social media in 2005, which is now 12 years ago, which really blows my mind how long that has been. And I've seen what social media can do for my own businesses as well as my clients, and now what it's doing for my students who are doing the Become a Social Media course. So I'm really passionate about this. I'm a trainer as well as a social media specialist and coach. So Google me if you want to find out any more information, but the most important thing is that I love what I do, and I know that social media is a place that you need to be for your business today, especially if you want to be in business 5 years from now. So that's extremely important. Most people are disregarding social media and saying it won't be around. Well, it has been around for 12 years and it will continue to be around, whether it be, a different platform or a different form of communication and marketing that we use. There will be some form of marketing or communication that we will need to use as business owners. So for me, entrepreneurship is all about living a few years like most people would like to live, so that I can spend the rest of my time like most people can't. So what that means for me is being able to share this information with you online and spending majority of my time with my family. Why should you listen to me? Well, that's a good question. And not only do I have 12 years experience, but I really invest a lot of my time, effort and money into my own personal development and education. I do not have a problem in spending money on my education, and I don't have a problem spending any information or money or time on making myself become the best person that I can be. And that's for a couple of reasons. One, I can turn up in my family and my relationship as the best person possible. Two, when I'm speaking to my clients or training, I know that I'm giving them the best possible outcome from what I can deliver, and I always know that there's room for improvement. So I took my children when they were 16 and 18, which was in 2011, to see Anthony Robbins' Unleash the Power Within. I've been a fan of Anthony Robbins for years, and we were able to walk on fire, which was absolutely mind-blowing. From there we did the ultimate Wealth Mastery and Life Mastery, which was in Fiji, where we got to climb these 50-foot poles as part of our personal development. Now, I don't know if you can see here, but right up these little knobs here, they're, I don't know how far apart, but anyway, when you get to the top here, the last little knob or little lever is about here, which came up to the top of my thigh. So when I was actually thinking about how I was going to get to the top of this pole, it actually blew my mind, because I didn't know physically how I was going to do that, because my leg was not long enough. But the power of the mind and mindset showed me that within minutes I was at the top of that pole without any struggle. So it's amazing what you can do when you put your mind to it, and that goes to do with your social media marketing as well. So here's what I've done. Also went to T. Harv Eker and did the Millionaire Mindset, and was able to break an arrow in my throat, which was pretty amazing. Also broken a piece of timber, and you're probably thinking, what has this got to do with social media? Well, nothing really. I'm just giving you a little bit of background of who and what I am all about. I love my personal development, and I will spend lots of money going away from Cairns to meet amazing people as well. Down the bottom corner here, right hand side, you'll see that's when we were in Fiji with Tony and Sage Robbins. I went to the National Achievers Conference, where I got to meet personally Brendan Burchard and Les Brown and a few other amazing international stars. I've worked with Suncorp, Beds R Us. I currently work with Create PT Wealth, and I have my own social media specialist breakfast networking, which is on hold at the moment. But more importantly is I've created a social media course for people that want to learn, or business owners that want to learn about social media and become a social media manager. And that course is actually funded by the government initiative, the C3G scheme. So if you're interested in learning and eligible, and you want to see if you're eligible for funding, then please send me a message or put yes down below in the chat box, and I can send you some information. Some people I've worked with, not blowing my own stack here or anything, but just showing you that I have actually dealt with some pretty good brands out there in the marketplace. Now, this is one of my clients. I'm not working with Brett anymore, but we did do a 12-month coaching, and he was able to use social media to get 40 clients within 3 months from a brand new business. And Mark, I worked with him on a video marketing workshop, and he was able to get his videos to the top page of Google within 24 hours in a very competitive market, which was personal training and in Sydney. Now, the overview of the steps that I would love to cover with you today, and all you need is a pen and a paper and a cup of coffee, is we're going to cover the profile, your connections, your keywords, your endorsements, and how to get on the front page of Google. So what is LinkedIn and why should you even be considering it? Well, LinkedIn was founded in 2002, and was launched in the spring of 2003 by Reid Hoffman. He graduated from Stanford and Oxford universities. His work history was with Apple and Fujitsu, and he was a founding member of PayPal, and I'm sure we've all heard and used PayPal. In 2016, LinkedIn had, and I'm sure that's a had past tense now, 450 million users across the world. It includes executives from the Fortune 500 companies and also includes major industry and industry leaders. So LinkedIn recently purchased SlideShare. So SlideShare is another platform where you could upload your PowerPoint presentations, and they've just recently bought lynda.com. So if you haven't heard of Lynda, lynda.com was a lady, and I just love her story, where she was teaching web design in 1993 in a classroom style. GFC hit and she had to go online, so she started developing training courses online at lynda.com, and then in last year she actually sold it to LinkedIn for 1.3 billion. So it's a great story for Lynda, and it's also great for LinkedIn because now they offer the training as well. So LinkedIn is available in over 200 countries and I believe 20 languages, and like I said, it has an abundance of members. So potentially you can connect with anybody anywhere in the world as part of your marketing or your network. You can also use LinkedIn for jobs, and I won't go into jobs today because if you're interested in that, you can go and grab Sue's book, which actually says, here it is, 120 Ways to Achieve Your Purpose with LinkedIn. She does go into the jobs and the recruiting quite well, so go and grab a copy of that. But you can use LinkedIn to post your ads. You can use it for searching particular people that you may wish to employ. Now, if you don't have a LinkedIn account, this is what it would look like, and you would need to create one. If you do have a LinkedIn account, well, obviously you'll just jump on there and sign straight in. So setting up your account, you need to understand or have a goal, and I always talk about this in strategies in every social media class, but you need to understand why you're on there. So do you want your business to be portrayed as a personal brand, or are you using your personal brand to get networks? What is the goal of your LinkedIn profile? Excuse me. What keywords, and keywords are very, very important, are you going to use in your profile? And who are your friends, and are they of benefit to you? Are they good choices? So I'm not saying dump all your friends. I'm just saying, the people that you connect with, or that you seek out to be connecting with, are they of a good choice for you? So the most important thing in setting up your LinkedIn profile is first understanding why you're on there and what return are you looking for. When you think about the demographic of LinkedIn demographic, it sort of fluctuates about 48-52% male-female. So really, even though the men have taken it on by 2% more, it doesn't really have a gender-specific or gender-specific target that it attracts. It attracts both male and female. You'll find that it's a professional network with, predominantly double income, no children, and I'm just using that as the analogy too, where professionals, both of them are normally working and are earning over $80,000 a year. So it's a great place to connect with, the decision makers, professional people, but also everybody else is on there as well. But just keep that in mind, that that's the demographic that you would be targeting when you look at LinkedIn. Now, there's 3 types of accounts. I'm not going to go into them in detail, but basically you've got your free, your premium, and your premium plus. Now, your premium accounts will start from $59 a month up to $120 a month, and that's if you're into recruiting. But I've always found that the basic account has worked well enough for me to still generate leads and sales. Sue in her book will talk about going and paying that little bit extra for the premium account, and I'll discuss that with her on the interview on Monday. If you really want to get into the nitty-gritties on about how the free versus the premium, there's a SlideShare screen share, SlideShare link, oh my goodness, I'm tongue-tied, which will go through a PowerPoint presentation on LinkedIn in regards to, what is the best one for you to use. Now your profile, step one, this is the most important part of LinkedIn. You need to have a professional image. You need to think about the keywords that you would like to be found under. Also your summary is part of your profile. Which account will you use? So that's the free or versus the premium, and understanding your LinkedIn audience. So as you can see, my profile has the barcode around it, which is from Facebook, which means I'm actually cross-promoting from LinkedIn back to Facebook. LinkedIn users probably don't know that, but Facebook users on LinkedIn will probably know that. But the profile needs to be professional. You don't want to have your Saturday night party images on LinkedIn, again, because it's a professional network. So your LinkedIn profile looks something like this, and you'll see underneath my name, and I'll go into that a little bit more detail for you shortly, but I have exactly what I do. I do not have CEO of ABC company, because I'm wanting my potential clients or my connections or my network to actually connect with me instantly, and I don't want to take any thought away from that process for them. So your LinkedIn profiles, this is a few examples. I'm not saying they're good, they're bad, or they're ugly. I'm just saying that you need to consider from an array of profiles displayed here what one you think would be more professional for you. Now the phone, iPhone, smartphone, whatever phone you have can take great photos. All you really need is a white background and a headshot from your shoulders up, and that would be enough, and then upload it to your LinkedIn profile. Now Ben is a person I did some work for out at the James Cook Uni, and he said I could use his profile as a bit of an audit. So in the red highlighted section, you can see where Ben's got a lot of information about what he does, but really it doesn't tell me instantly what he does, okay? So you need to consider the keywords that go in there so Ben could be found, and also the description. Underneath this section you will have your connections. Unless you're hiding from the police, I don't understand why you wouldn't want to put your email and phone number on there, because LinkedIn is an online resume and an online networking opportunity. I haven't had anybody call me from LinkedIn. Most people are quite polite and professional and will send you an email, but yeah, that's a personal choice. I'll leave that one with you. You also need to consider your other social media accounts like Twitter, and also have your website on there so that you can have backlinks, which generates SEO in LinkedIn. So again, this is Ben's profile, like I said. So he has got audit trainee at Crow Hawford, student brand champion, CA, ANZ, business student, JCU. Now really that doesn't tell me a lot. He probably should have student at JCU studying accountancy, working part-time with Crow, something along that line. So this is the keyword rich part that you need to consider. And for me, I've actually put, as I said, social media trainer, become a social media manager, because that's the keywords that I want people to find me inside LinkedIn. And I also want to tell people exactly what I do. I don't want to have any confusion around that. Underneath your name, you will have the next section, which is your summary. Again, this summary section needs to be keyword rich. So the keywords that you want to be found, for me, social media specialist, social media trainer, become a social media marketing. They're the keywords that I want to be found. So in my summary, which is about, I think it's about 3,000 characters, don't quote me on that, I have made my introduction to my potential networking clients or potential networking customers, that what I do, I'm very clear about what I do. I have a call to action in the middle, and I've dropped some strategically placed keywords underneath the specialities. So have a look at my profile if you're not sure on what to put there. Next, underneath your profile, you have an opportunity to add media. So if you do PowerPoints or webinars or Facebook Lives or anything like that, you have an opportunity to showcase your work underneath your LinkedIn profile, which is really important. So spend some time updating that section also. Underneath your summary, then we have our experience. So I've got two examples of experiences here for you to look at. The first one is from Ben. So Ben talks about obviously his past employment history, which is fine for somebody that's looking for career opportunities or looking for work, or as a profile basically to brand themselves to potential employers. Now that's what his looks like. Now for me, I want my experience to be keyword rich, and I also want to put in as many clients and contacts that I have worked with. So I will actually put in my courses, my products, and also people that I've worked with. So that will give me a higher search engine optimization in LinkedIn. LinkedIn is also connected with Google, so sometimes that can pick that up as well. So the next section is connections, how to find them, who do you want to connect with, key influential people, and personalize your message. So I don't have many slides on this one, but basically how you find them is through your search button at the top. So you can search for people underneath their category or their profession. So I'll give you an example later on about finding a mechanic or finding an accountant, and that's where your keywords need to be prominent in your summary and your headline, because that's where they will find you, or LinkedIn will pick up on your profile. Or particularly if you know the person's name, you can put their name into the search bar and search for them. Now LinkedIn is very, very anti-spamming, so you have what we call different tiers of connections. We have a first, a second, and a third connection. So if you don't have any common connections in second and third, and you don't know this person at all, LinkedIn will probably ask you for more information, which could be, have you worked with them, do you know their email address, did you go to school with them, etc., just to remove that spammy opportunity where people just want to connect with everyone. So just keep that in mind. If you have a second connection that knows the person that you want to connect with, you can always contact them and ask them to give you an introduction, which works well as well. So that's it. Who do you want to connect with? Be strategic about who you want to connect with. So I work with personal trainers doing business coaching, so part of my strategy is to connect with personal trainers, obviously on LinkedIn. The key influential people are people outside of your space, and LinkedIn offers underneath the Pulse section, so if you type in linkedin.com/Pulse, you can then look at the key influential people on LinkedIn and follow them and their messages. Now the most important part, I believe, about this section is personalizing your message. So when LinkedIn sends you an invite from somebody else, you've probably got an email inbox full of these. It'll say something along the lines as, "Hi, I'd like to connect with you on my LinkedIn network." So I always change that. If I'm going to search for somebody, I will look at their bio, I'll have a look at what they do, I'll see if we have anybody in common, and I'll send them a personal invite. And then when somebody asks to invite with me, I will also send them a personal invite. I just won't click connect. I will send them a message back saying, "Thank you very much for connecting with me on LinkedIn. I'm looking for a lifetime of professional networking, relationships," and I will often give them a call to action of some sort, maybe a gift or a free ebook or whatever. But I'll make it personal, because it's about building relationships. Nothing happens overnight. You just can't go to a networking event and then all of a sudden, have 100 people wanting to do business with you. People need to trust, and you need to build that relationship with them before they'll actually come and do business with you, or refer people to you, which is more importantly. Now the next slide, I'm going to quickly zip through that because I forgot to put a picture on it, but we're going to look at keywords. So keywords are exactly what I said, that keywords are what you want to be found. You will find, if you do some keyword research in your own niche or your own profession, you'll probably find a lot of people on LinkedIn aren't using this, so there's a lot of opportunity for you to dominate your space. When I first started using keywords back, I think it was about 5 years ago on LinkedIn, I dominated the front page of Social Media Specialist worldwide. Now I don't, because every other social media specialist worldwide is using this strategy. So I think I'm at the bottom of page 2 now. So I changed my keywords. So instead of Social Media Specialist, I've now put in Social Media Trainer. Not only that, it gives you the opportunity to showcase who you are instantly, and people don't have to guess whether they want to connect with you or not. Now, to search, you put in the top bar, and I've used Tax Agent Cans just to give you a little bit of an idea here. So Tax Agent Cans has brought me up all the people that have used the word Tax Agent Cans in their profiles, and I can search through those people and say, yes, have I connected with them? Do I want to, maybe have an appointment to get my tax done? The next one that I've used here is mechanic. So just by using the word mechanic, I've gone to Cairns, Australia on the left-hand side through my advanced search, and it's brought up everybody's profile that has the word mechanic. So people use LinkedIn to find people like yourself, so that's why the keywords are important. Not only that, you can actually look for people that you want to specifically connect with in your niche and find out who they are, as long as they've got the keywords in there, obviously. So that's it on connections. And so we've covered the profile, we've covered your connections, your keywords, and now endorsements. So when you set your profile up, you would have had a section down the bottom of skills and endorsements. And what that looks like is, once you've filled it in correctly, I'll just go forward one, you would put your top 10 to 15 skills in here. Don't put too many in, because again, you don't want to confuse your audience as to how many hats you wear. And when I go and jump onto LinkedIn, my connections will pop up and LinkedIn will ask me, does Ben have these skills or expertise? Now, my rule of thumb, and this is my personal opinion, you can do with this what you feel you're most comfortable with, but I will only endorse those that I actually know that they have that skill set. So if I don't know that Ben is really good at time management, I won't endorse him. But, you know, a lot of people will just go through and tick and flick, so to speak, but that's entirely up to you. And that's the endorsement section. Let's go forward, not backwards, Leanne. The next section is in the skills and endorsement section. You can move these around and change them, add, remove them, show them, whatever. So as your job description changes, or maybe your skill sets change, you can remove and add more into here. Recommendations are powerful also, but you have to actually ask for a recommendation. A recommendation is like a skill set. Not like a skill set. Goodness me, I'm on the wrong page. A recommendation is like a testimonial of your skill set. So what is a good rule of thumb is to obviously give a recommendation before you ask for one. So if you've worked with some people, or some people have worked with you and you experience them, then you would send them a recommendation, and they would be notified by LinkedIn that Leanne has given you a recommendation. And then LinkedIn will prompt them to return the favor by giving you a recommendation back. And once you've received the recommendation and you're happy with it, then you can display it underneath your LinkedIn profile, like I have here, under recommendations. So this is magic, because this is social proof for you. Now you can also take these recommendations and put them other places. So you could put them at the bottom of your banner. If you had a pull-up banner, you could put them on your website, you can put them on your business card, you can use them as a social media posting saying, hey, guess what Julie said about me? Or this is what Julie thinks about my services. So it's a great opportunity for creating content as well. So don't underestimate the recommendations, give them first, and hopefully you will get them back in return. Now, for those of you that are interested in taking some of these steps further, I wouldn't be a coach if I didn't give you something to do, a coach or a trainer. So the exercise at the end of this section is to add 5 to 10 skill sets to your LinkedIn profile. Endorse at least 5, well, I put students because this was from my Become a Social Media class, but endorse at least 5 people that you know, give at least 5 recommendations, and write a list of 5, and you should be able to do more than 5 to 10 people that you really would like to connect with on LinkedIn. So, how to be on the front page of Google. Wonderful thing LinkedIn is, when people connect with you at a networking event, it is of my opinion that people will probably remember your name and who you are rather than your business. So if you've handed them a business card, unless they're really, they have some great rituals where they'll go back to the office and actually type in LinkedIn, your business name, or type into Google, 9 times out of 10, unfortunately the business card's going to end up in the top drawer of their desk. And when they want to connect with you, they're probably only going to remember your name. So they'll say Leanne, Leanne Peard, Leanne Pierce, Leanne whatever, and they'll probably type that into Google. Now, if you've got a LinkedIn profile, you will come up at the top of Google, because LinkedIn is algorithmed with Google's algorithm, not to confuse you, so it's search engine optimized. So your profile will come up at the top of the top of Google every time, which makes it easier for those people to connect with you. And by selecting the LinkedIn profile, they'll go in and see your picture, they'll see the skill sets that you have, and they'll go, yes, that's the person I met at that networking event. So that's one reason why you would have your LinkedIn profile up to date, is so that people can find you and you'll be on the front of Google. So that's really, really important. Other ways that you can market yourself on LinkedIn: you can create a company page. You can use that to search engine optimize your profile. Put backlinks in your profile and in your company page to drive backlink traffic to your website. You can drive traffic to your website through your postings. So whatever posts you put on, you can send them back to your website. You can create a product or a service on your company page. So that's an actual showcase page is what they call it now. You can brand LinkedIn or build your brand with ads. So LinkedIn ads are exactly the same as Facebook ads. Excuse me, you can choose a demographic and audience and send the ad in front of those people. You can send out group emails, which are great for searching and also for warm calls. When I was doing my social media buzz, I would always send a group email out to everybody that I was connected in Cairns and tell them about the up and coming workshop that I was having or event. Sorry, just wetting the palette there. So you can also join groups. There is millions of groups on LinkedIn in regards to your niche or your services that you offer. A great place to showcase your expertise, or you can create your own group. That takes a little bit of time, effort and energy. However, it's a great place to showcase your skills and expertise as well. And it's a great place for recruiting. I think the recruiting cost is around $180 a month if you want to use LinkedIn. But another way of getting your job opportunity in front of the actual people that you need on LinkedIn. So how do you do this? Well, in the search bar underneath the interests, you'll see the drop down where you can create a company, you can add your group or search for your groups, and you can also find SlideShare here as well. And SlideShare was your PowerPoint presentations. If you do PowerPoint presentations, I'd strongly suggest that you upload them to SlideShare. What I do now with my blog posts, I don't know if you've heard of this before, I said it last night in my my live event, and also I teach this as well, is I do a live event on Facebook, something similar to this, and I get it transcribed in rev.com and I send it to my blog. Now the next step that I've been doing is I've got a gentleman on Upwork.com and I give him my blog post, and he turns my blog post into this amazing 10 to 15 slide a PowerPoint presentation, and then I upload it to SlideShare. So now I've actually tapped into another potential market of people through visual content. So that's just a little content tip for you there. So I've typed in Cairns businesses in this slide, and as you can see, it's showed me all the groups that are in Cairns for businesses or business networking. So then you jump along and actually join those groups or send a post. To create a basic company profile, very easy. Again, I just showed you through the interest, company, create a company. Now this is really important here. I'm going to circle this. Oh no, I'm not. Yes, I am. So here on LinkedIn, your company needs to have a company email. So that needs to be the address of your company. You cannot have a company like mine, Social Media Specialist, and have my email leanne.peard@me.com. It needs to be leanne@socialmediaspecialist.com. So you may need to go to your domain or your webmaster or whoever looks after your web page and create that for you. Otherwise, you won't be able to create a company page. Your company profile or page would look something like this. It isn't that flash. You have your banner, you have your posts, and it just says how many people are currently following your company. So unlike Facebook pages where you have all these bells and whistles, it's very basic but also very effective. As you can see, I've got 182 people following me there. So the beautiful part about, I'll just go back. The beautiful part about having a company page and a profile is that you can share different information to different platforms. It doesn't need to be the same information. Now inside your company page, you can then create a showcase page. So from the edit menu in your company page, hope you don't get seasick here. So edit here, this button. Oh gosh, Leanne. where's my pen? This button here again, you can edit and then showcase your company. So this is really good, I believe, for specials, discounts, you know, opportunities that you're having, maybe retail items, whatever. So you can showcase your company inside, showcase a page, a product, a service inside your company, which is really cool. All right, so that's Can's businesses again. So let's just recap. This is why I believe LinkedIn is so powerful. Your profile will be found on the front page of Google. That's second to none. People pay fortunes and thousands of dollars every month to get their information to the front page of Google. So this happens for free. You can connect with people worldwide or just locally. Depends on what your strategy is and who you want to connect with. You can use keywords to actually enhance your profile so people will find you. So when they do a search inside LinkedIn, they will find you and can hopefully connect with you. And more people are using LinkedIn as a place for referrals. And what I mean by referrals is looking for people that they already have connected with to give them a service, whether it be plumbing, electricity, social media, digital marketing, training, whatever. So it's really, really powerful in that regards. It's actually an online resume, so it's a great place to showcase your skill set and also get recommendation of the work that you've done, i.e. testimonials, and then you can use that on other platforms. And like I said, it'll get you to the front page of Google. Now, the brilliant thing about LinkedIn is people on LinkedIn don't expect you to be uploading, 4 and 5 times a day as you would be expected on Facebook and Twitter and other platforms. So really, when you're creating your content only needs to be something. I would hope that you would post once a day. However, if you can't, that's okay. But your content needs to be industry specific. So remembering that your clientele or the network here are professionals, you probably want to share things of interest to your niche. So social media information, new tips, new tools, how to use LinkedIn, etc., etc. So that's it for my Facebook Live, which went a bit longer than I anticipated today, and that does happen sometimes when I put myself in front of a PowerPoint. So if you've got any questions on LinkedIn, please leave them in the chat box below. Like I said, my ebook will be launched on Monday, Tuesday next week, so if you're interested in getting a copy of that at the promotional price of 99 cents, plus the interview from the wonderful Sue Ellison, and also a webinar and a cheat sheet. Don't forget to put your details in below and say yes please, and I'll send you that information as soon as it's online on Amazon, which is really exciting. If you want to not miss out on the live events because you're not sure when you're on Facebook or whatever, you can go to the socialmediaspecialist.com.au website and put your details in, and I will send you out the latest live training and straight into your inbox. So happy Wednesday, it's hump day. I hope that you're either still on holidays enjoying the wonderful weather that we don't have in Cairns, but it's beautiful, it's raining and it's overcast and it's cool, or you're back at work enjoying what you love to do. So that's it from me, Leanne Peard. Thanks for joining me live. I will be back on again tomorrow. I think I've got some pretty cool tips for you tomorrow as well. So ciao for now. Thanks for joining me. Oh, I should have been so... Hang on, let me just turn it back around. That's me. I'm still here. I am live. And thanks for joining me. And I will see you soon. I'm looking at the wrong camera down there. Bye. And now I can't turn it off. Don't you love it when a plan